It seems like it could be kind of a weird question. Where is our information coming from? I mean, if you're talking about the internet, our information is coming from anywhere, wherever we choose, it's our choice. But is it? Now, the way that a Google search works is kind of interesting. So, a Google search doesn't necessarily filter through the entirety of the internet every time you type something in, although it can seem like that. What Google's done is they have created these programs called spiders. Now, they call them Google bots, so I guess that's what we'll call them. And what these Google bots do is, ahead of time, they go through and look at all these search results and all these new pages. I mean, they're designed to attack a new page every time it shows up on the internet, and categorize them and add them to something called the Google Index. Now, the Google Index you can kind of view as a library of every page that Google has found with these spiders, added to the index and categorized. So when you search for something on Google, it's more like going through Google's private database of pages that they know exist, rather than the entirety of the internet. But that's where the danger comes in. See, Google is a private company, which is a good thing for most purposes. But what if a private company like Google wants to start pushing their own agenda? What's stopping them? Nothing. People who write the code, who design these spiders or these Google bots, as they call them, have the power, if they want, to say, well, certain search results just shouldn't get added to the index. And if a page isn't added to the index, it won't show up on a search result at all. No matter how many pages you go through, it's not in the library. What were to happen if Google decided that they only wanted certain ideas getting through the index? Well, that would mean that even if you wanted to know more about a topic, or you wanted to do research for your own opinion, if your opinion didn't match the agenda of that company, you couldn't find any information on it. Now, you might be saying, well, I would just go to the library, or I would go and do something else, and that's all well and good, but what about the younger generations who don't really care, don't really know how to do research at a library, who rely on the internet for everything they do? They wouldn't know that what they're reading isn't factual, or is only the facts that a company wants them to hear for their own benefit. I think there's a really good way to combat the potential dangers of one company owning the source of most of our information nowadays. And you may hate me for it, but it's called information literacy. So what information literacy is literally teaching kids how to do research, how to be skeptical of what they read and what information is being presented to them. You can go through a checklist of certain things to watch out for, and there's no way to say, well, this is accurate and this isn't. The internet can't do that for you. You have to do it for yourself. And that's what teaching information literacy would help with. And I think it's crucial that we do this now, because if we have an entire generation that thinks they can go on safely believing everything they read and see and hear online is true, we're opening ourselves up for disaster. There's something interesting going on. Jordan Peele of Key & Peele recently made a public safety announcement, or well, it was a fake public safety announcement under the deep fake disguise of President Obama. And maybe it's just me, but if it weren't for Jordan Peele revealing that this is not Obama and it's actually just him doing an impersonation through this deep fake, I would have believed it. And that's scary, because if you see a video of someone, of a real physical person saying something, that used to be proof enough to hold up in court, but now it can be doubted. It's not just fake articles anymore. It's not just fake aliases or fake data. It's fake people. And that holds much more influence over what we might feel and believe, because people are the most effective form of communication. So what happens when the most primal effective form of communication can be faked? Literally faked. What is there to believe?